Hello. I have recorded this so many times and my computer keeps acting crazy. So Parker and I are editing and reviewing our footage from the Old South Pittsburg Hospital where we did a paranormal investigation. We have never done a paranormal investigation and we kind of just went there to explore and see what we can get into. And as we were reviewing and doing a live, reaction to our videos, we heard our first EVP and we were so hyped. And as we were talking about it, my system crashed, all my files disappeared from everywhere. Our system that we're recording a reaction from crashed as well, and none of the files can be recovered. So we're starting it from the top, and yeah, it's not like it's necessarily like scary, but it's very interesting. Thank you. So this is the first area that we did the investigation at. This is the downstairs area where they had, I guess, like long-term residents of the facility. They lived down here, and I believe there was it became like the doctor's offices as well. I can't remember because it's been a little while since we did the tour, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And it had like the same type of layout. Not like a shared space, but the tiling.
Yeah,
the toys were there because there was a child ghost who lived on that floor. Yeah, it is a really nice day. This hallway was kind of like the intro hallway to the whole experience. This was the room.
This room, it feels super.
Can you guys hear that?
In comparison to other rooms.
You hear how all the sound is kind of like sucked out in comparison to the other areas? There was something about that room that was so unsettling to me.
You get what I'm saying? Doesn't it feel different?
Then coming out here, it's kind of... You hear more of like a hum in the air. I don't know what that is. Tell me if I'm hearing things or not. Birds outside.
Nothing?
Yeah, but it has a bunch of animals in it.
Do you hear what I'm saying? Like each room has like a to it.
The last time I asked something to do something, it did it automatically, so I'll never
It did, and I was freaked out.
Too creepy. My old school, when I lived in Fuquay Marina, was over 100 years old, and they had a fire once upon a time. It would be interesting to go back.
Oh, I was gonna say my old elementary school had the exact same one, because it was.
Did your schools have that old school fountain? Man, too many weird memories about those fountains. I don't know why they're weird memories, but they are. The outdoor area was pretty cool.
That was also built in like the 40s or 50s.
Your school?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of going into each room to see how I'm feeling.
This room also feels like that a little bit to me, especially this corner area.
That room had that same kind of oppressive feeling almost, but that other room, I was so drawn to it.
No.
But I was trying not to go in there because I could just feel like this like pounding in my head.
You like the bathroom. So.
And like just kind of like
She's interested in the plumbing.
Yes.
No plumbing.
Parker loved the architecture, the plumbing, the wallpaper,
You know.
all the old records and stuff.
I like this trim.
Yeah. Peaceful.
I thought it was cute.
Doves and quails mixed together.
Yeah, no, it's actually pretty.
I believe too, our tour guide said that somebody who lived in the hallway, their son also lived with them, and he was like a tattoo artist tattooing people out of these rooms, which is kind of cool. Apparently, like, Tennessee allows you to do that. They don't do that in North Carolina, but... Freezer and fridge?
So we're going to be looking at the cafeteria area of the hospital. I don't remember the number of people that it served, but basically because it was such a small town and such a small area, it didn't just serve the patients at the hospital and the nurses and doctors and staff. It became like a happening place for people to just come after school and hang out, and it was basically like a restaurant. Yeah. It was...
I'll take them out for you.
Thank you.
Oh.
But you can also see this is another reason why the hospital closed down. Look how tiny.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, how impressive of them to feed so many people
so
at
super
this,
old.
You know?
And back in the day too, like when the children would get off the school bus, they would get off the school bus here and come to get their snacks and then walk home to their neighborhood. But
Like, let's go to the hospital for some lunch.
Old industrial freezer and fridge. The
if I
freezer
could
was
get
in
this
the
video
deeper
loaded, it's
part
so
of the
hard to load
fridge, like
anything
an
down here.
access within an access, which we were
but pretty
kind of
much
creeped out by.
The hospital was the community heart.
That's what I was saying.
All the men would come here and eat their food and gossip like they were at the barber shop. Big thing. They started trying to get everybody to move and go to the kitchen. So they started having different things, posting the menus and stuff. And still couldn't get them to go down there. But I was telling the story one day, and this EVP came through of a man, and he's like all of them, talking about all of the men, trying to get all of them to get out. But it's going to take a few minutes to load.
Now, why didn't they want to come down here? You said they didn't want to come down here to eat, or they did?
They did,
Okay.
but they would want to sit up in the Tri-City Clinic and the waiting room and just sit there and
Oh, sorry.
hang out and do their thing.
Gotcha.
It's so bright over here.
Tour guide said that you could sometimes smell like grease or like smoke almost from the kitchen still.
But it's just clips.
Whether that was a spirit or
This is where they be
or
served?
just leftover
or-
smells.
What's this?
Okay, so the area that I'm going to be looking at now and kind of reviewing our experience at is the waiting room for the ICU, I believe, and like a check-in station, as well as where they housed all of the recently deceased people. There was a cooler area that they kept them in, which was adjacent to the women's bathroom and the waiting area in the ICU. So this is the room. And it's that same type of oppressive feeling where it just feels quiet but compressed. And that's the bathroom for the waiting area people.
This is another room where like this silence is deafening.
It kind of reminded me of the first floor a little bit, but not as much. And that hallway is where they knocked
I
open
can do this.
like an entryway. Otherwise, the only entrance is through the outside area, and by they I mean the paranormal researchers. And these are all the chairs
There's
for the
really
waiting
much
room
as
area.
silence is deafening.
That video I showed you guys of Dr. trailer smoking. It comes out of here most of the time is where he's at.
Yeah.
So we're thinking he must have been very popular in the ICU, the ER area.
This were like medications and stuff was just.
That looks like the check-in.
Yeah, the check-in station.
Yeah.
Or prior
I'm
to
putting the
that,
camera
before
down
it
a
was
lot
ICU, that's where the
because I
nurses
can't
would
see.
hang out.
Mm.
If you guys, I advise you, it's a good thing to look, especially after the tour. It's always better to go look after you've been in the building. But get on our page on Facebook and scroll all the way back to the beginning photos, and you'll be amazed. Like you can actually see we have original photos from the hospital. Some of the ones that I've showed you, some of the ones I haven't showed you. Were the different additions throughout the hospital, the older pictures that we had. And it's just kind of cool to see it since you've been in here now.
Yeah, how it used to look. Yeah.
They have a brat diet down
It's a what?
A
here.
diarrhea diet.
diet.
Parker read that entire diet, and she
Very
wouldn't eat like
interesting.
that. She didn't like that.
Why is the men's bathroom closed?
It's just dirty.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
So this is my first time watching this part, going through the triage area.
Going.
I was in triage one time whenever I had my concussion, and I had a knot in my head.
Can we go through there?
That's what she said. She doesn't like going through there because it's so skinny, but we can go through there.
Bad. Can you shine the light there? Because I don't have mine on because I'm trying not to interfere so much with these guys.
It was a little tight and dark.
So you'll see you have your emergency room sign there. This is another x-ray room.
I tried to keep the readers on me at all times just to see what I could see.
Are you filming?
Yes. It looks cool. Look at it. Okay.
They did have some old x-rays left there, or like old prints left there. I don't know what year they were from.
So this is the emergency room.
Okay.
It was enough for 2 beds in 2 rooms and a bathroom.
Very dark.
Kind of tiny, but is that all they needed, or
That's all. They
that's
didn't
all they had?
plan on this hospital being as busy as it happened. Like it grew. The community, I think, and the surrounding counties were just so fascinated. They didn't have to go to Chattanooga anymore.
Yeah,
They didn't have to go to Birmingham anymore.
I'm sure it was a relief for them.
Little Buddy is one of my favorite guys that I interact with a lot. He was between 7 and 8. He actually was going to go fishing with his family. He went outside to go collect some worms. His mother looked outside and he was in anaphylactic shock. Come to find out, the doctors and nurses was working on him here on the right side of the bed, and one of the nurses, quote unquote, found a baby worm in the floor. Come to find out it was baby copperheads. Oh, so he had all kinds of little baby copperheads in his pocket thinking they were worms, and so they later killed him.
Wow.
Poor kid.
But he's very active. He's fun. He has a lot of.
What are these photos of?
I just random photos taken throughout the hospital.
Gotcha.
Polaroids is, I don't know, are you guys' parents still alive?
Yes.
Okay, so like the next time you go hang out with your parents, ask them to pull out their old family albums and look through those pictures. A lot of them you'll find more ghosts in than what you think. And Polaroids, you'll see lots of Polaroids.
Yeah.
Polaroid kind of came out very popular, and a lot of people thought that you could catch ghosts very easy with Polaroids. And so a lot of ghost hunters still use Polaroids a lot to this day.
I should have brought mine. I have an old Polaroid.
I feel like that's more of instant gratification with a Polaroid picture.
I got a disposable I keep around too. Just point and shoot, you don't have to think about it.
So funny enough, I do have a Polaroid, and I did not bring it with me. I didn't bring any cameras with me. I don't even know how many cameras, but I didn't bring any of them with me. I just brought a phone and my GoPro. Now I believe we're going to be walking through the kind of like a waiting room. Extension. Like, you know, when you get like checked in and they're like, the doctor will see you, go to room number 2. Yeah, look at that old card reader. That's how they used to like bless you. That's how they used to charge your card. There's a syringe there too. Oh, and a pill counter. And over here they have all the old medications, ranging like up to the 90s. Miralax. Yep, good stuff. I don't remember what she said. I think she said something like, if we hear a noise, it's her.
Thanks for the heads up.
This mini
enema. You just never know what you need. And I actually don't know what you need to carry in a hospital. So I'm sure it's necessary for something. I'm just not sure what. So this area, we're allowed to go into each one of these rooms as long as they didn't have like caution tapes around it.
Allowed in here?
Just you can open them.
And that was mostly because of like any kind of like damages, like the ceilings falling, something like that.
Box spring. I can't tell what is what with this reader. It was weird that it went down.
Yeah, Parker's K2 meter kept going all the way off the charts and then all the way like completely empty, like negative. My reader wasn't doing that. But I also wasn't paying attention to it too much. I'm going to be fair about that. Yeah, see, like old, just kind of like waiting rooms for the doctor to come see you. And this is like the mini pharmacy area.
It's we have the pharmacy over there and the medicine room here.
Well, she was saying we were in the other room. This is like for like quick stuff, easy stuff. And over there was more so for like the heavier things.
There's the
Oh, I remember this.
I don't know why that was so cute to me.
Letters and stuff because you don't necessarily know.
Yeah.
Did you guys have to do those kind of eye charts when you were younger? I don't know what they do now. Maybe it's the same thing. So I think this is a room we can go into. And I believe this is the hall.
Though you think I have
that she said that there was like a hat man seen in this hallway, or the 7-foot tall man. I'm not sure.
It looks kind of blocked off. Why is it strung up? That's on the other side of the glass.
I think it was like at the end of the hall. We didn't see that.
Look at the door spoiler.
Yeah, that looks wild.
Oh my god, I got stuff on my face.
That felt wrong.
an interesting
Yeah,
sound.
it was
But I think
patient
it was like
rooms.
you could. There wasn't that much insulation left. I think. I'm not sure. Yeah,
That's
so like that's a
going.
room that we just didn't enter.
Ooh.
That's another vent handle.
Creep factor all the way up.
Bottom of the door. That's wasn't trying to make it creepier than it was.
How did I end up in front of you?
What?
So how did I end up in front
I
of
had the
you?
camera, so Parker had to open the doors, and also she wanted to. Didn't you? That's some noise there. So yeah, I believe this is the end of the hallway where the Hat Man was seen with the red light camera. I mean, the red light flashlight.
That is yuck.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Do you know
And
this?
now we're gonna switch to that, and you guys will see how dark it actually is without the big flashlight. And the reason I'm pointing down so much is because I can't see unless I'm looking through the camera's screen.
It's right here. Oh, the red light.
So that light at the end of the hallway was kind of just like my guiding light, other than Parker.
There's something going on.
Her K2 meter would just go all the way up and negative, and right now I think it went to like fully negative after going all the way up.
Look, this turns all the way up.
Yeah.
Someone's trying to take over. There's something.
Let me know if you guys hear anything or see anything that I can't see.
Sure. You have the big light now.
I'm using the little
Oh,
light.
use the big one.
It's too
That was a mood.
bright. Let's go this one. There's some old film.
Yeah, it was just really cool seeing like all the old stuff. And you know, it's like old stuff as in like some of it is just 30 years old, but still, it was really cool to see.
More than we'd see at pharmacy.
It's all this really cool like old equipment.
Is this where we're going?
Mm-hmm.
We going to these?
I don't know if I want to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
And making our way back.
We had these fountains everywhere.
Hmm?
Like, I like seeing the files and stuff, but I don't know if nothing's in there. There's nothing. But also the safe. The floor safe. Is that working? Right?
Yeah, we can look at the floor safe.
I think it's cool.
I think it's cool too.
No, I don't like it about the light.
You can turn the light on.
Can you see? Not really. I don't know how deep it goes.
It's not very deep.
People have made it into like a wishing well. Oh, it's a tiny box. Alright. You wanna go downstairs?
You're nervous.
So we're supposed
Yeah, she is a little bit.
So we're supposed to talk about our.
But I need the other light so I can see. Thanks.
Hey. We're going back to the stairs. Ooh, so this is the fake chocolate. Right? It smells super musty.
Alright, she said colored lights. You have your purple light? It's really quiet down here. I don't think we had real dinner last night. I don't know if anyone in here did.
We had 2 half dinners.
She asked us to ask like what they eat for dinner,
Some fish.
What they had for dinner last or
It
whatever.
smells different over
just
here.
like specific questions that would garner a response.
You said some fish. We didn't have fish.
But then we got
yesterday.
lost in
Oh, yeah,
just
you're right.
regular conversation like we normally do.
We came to Tennessee to eat fish and not chicken, I guess.
From North Carolina.
That was
From Walmart.
farmed from South America.
A lot of salmon house fillets.
Parker's telling the ghosts that we had sushi and drinks.
I haven't paid attention to my K2 in a long time. Let's take a look.
Yeah, we were doing a batch of
We're not
asking
asking any
questions.
I don't think.
Kind of. Is anybody here?
There it is. One more time.
Is anybody here?
Oh, right here.
Anybody here? Is anybody here? Wendy's. I have tacos.
Parker has some old hymnals.
Is that a lawnmower?
Yeah.
I'm sorry for all the noise. I had to move a whole bunch of stuff out of my pockets.
Come out and play is crazy.
What kind of weird
Like-
question is that?
All over the place.
You said, do you want to come out and play?
My mom would love doing this.
Would she?
Mm-hmm.
Seems like she would maybe. She like, no, don't do it.
I kept wanting to sit down, but there was like so many bugs. I gotta get over that. Since we like car camp and stuff, I just too many of them. Well, that was a weird sound too, right?
Or fish in general.
Where's yours?
It's in my pocket. You want it?
I think that's a car outside. I don't know.
Even if we leave it.
But it just sounds like kind of like a growl, right? Or a car? I'm not sure.
You have the other light? Because my camera's not going to pick up. Just the wood.
But you have the big one.
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, will you hold the red one?
Yeah.
I just don't believe in provoking anything, ever.
You deter ghosts.
I don't deter, but it's just like, why be rude? It's unnecessary.
That would be bored.
Hmm?
I would be bored.
If I was like polite. I want to sit, but it's dirty feeling. I don't want any bugs attached to
Who
me.
do I think I am?
I should have eaten more.
No smoking. Does anyone here like to smoke anyway?
I don't know if I heard the yeah in the background or not. I don't know. I can't tell.
Well, we hope you all enjoy your dinner. And
No.
if you need any help with your work, let Parker know. Because she's actually really good at working. She loves working.